This is probably one of the rarest things that we have in the store.
Good morning. It's release day for Pokémon ZA. We had a bunch of pre-orders and we wanted to make sure that we had them in stock right when we opened. So thankfully my girlfriend's mom was able to pick them up from the distributor and drop them off in time for opening. So we got them. I got to call the people who pre-ordered and let them know that we have them in stock. Let's go. Little update, it is 12:30. We've had a pretty busy morning, to be honest. A couple regulars came in. One came and grabbed a couple Game Boy Advance games. Two of our other regulars came in, brought us a nice little trade-in. Got Wild Arms 4 back after Roberto bought it off us. Nice little stack of DS and 3DS. And then this is really cool. Shining Wisdom on the Saturn. Disc only, but still a great game. And then they picked up a Switch game, a N64 game, and then a stack of PS2 and Saturn stuff. Another one of our regulars grabbed Smash for 3DS. And I pulled this stuff out because I was showing them. So I might as well tell you guys about it. These were traded in from this one of our buddies who trades stuff into us. He's a video game journalist, so he gets all this crazy stuff. He used to work at Blockbuster as well. So this was a store display from Blockbuster that he was able to keep, and then he traded into us. So Microsoft distributed these to stores or rental stores like Blockbuster, and has this little slot here, and they would send pamphlets out for new releases, and they would get swapped out every time there was a new release. So this is a really cool piece of history. And then this is probably one of the rarest things that we have in the store. This is a Lies of P press kit that was sent to him. Like I said, he's a video game journalist, so he gets crazy stuff sent to him. And we're fortunate enough that he likes to trade it into us sometimes. This is wild. There's hardly any documentation online about this, but check this out. And for anyone who doesn't know what Lies of P is, it's a Souls-like set in the Pinocchio universe. This is so crazy. So obviously the eye patch, that's a train ticket. We got the hat with the pin, the controller, and the scarf with the pin. And then that Game Pass code has already been used, but he kept it in there to keep it complete. But yeah, this thing is damn rare. I'd be surprised if there's more than 500 of them in the world. If anyone has any information on it, actually, I mean, it was a press kit send out, I know that much. But as far as value, the reason why it's not available in our store is because how do you put value on something like that that's so rare? There's no way to comp it or see how much any of the other ones sold for because they're so uncommon. Super cool. We just had a pretty crazy phone call. Someone who is interested in this. So I got to send in some pictures. Complete in box sculptor's cut. There it is. The most expensive game on the N64. It's a rare one. Kind of will be sad if this sells. I'll be honest, I don't really think he's gonna want it because I think he more wants one that's graded. But he did call and ask for some pictures, so I also told him he could come in and take a look at it in person if he wanted to. Plan for the rest of the day is list the rest of the Switch games that are on the shelf online. Once everything here is listed online, we'll be able to start bringing some of that new Switch stuff that came in and putting it out on the shelf. This is actually all that's left to be listed online from the storefront as far as Switch stuff goes. I thought it was going to be way more. This is going to be really quick. We should be able to knock this out in about an hour. It's currently 2 o'clock. We just had one of our regulars, Jordan, come in with a cool trade-in. Bunch of 32X and Sega Genesis stuff. And he used his credit to pick up the PlayStation 5 Portal, which used to be there, so that's now gone. And we're repairing a couple handhelds for him, so he put some of his credit towards that. And he picked up Life is Strange on the PS5. So let's go through some of the stuff he brought in. Best thing was Gunstar Heroes. This stack of Genesis stuff is complete. Got Super Street Fighter 2, a couple Aladdin. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a nice one. This stack is no manual. Mortal Kombat 2 on the 32X. I think that might be the first time we got that in. The not-for-resale variant of Sonic 2, Sega Classics of Sonic 1, World of Illusion, X-Men, Incredible Hulk. There's 2 different Spider-Mans. They're both called Spider-Man. One of these is technically called, I think this one's the animated series, and then that's the standard.
A couple nice loose games, Sonic and Knuckles, Mega Bomberman, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, and some loose 32X, Virtua Racing, Doom, and Star Wars Arcade. This was actually kind of cool too. I didn't realize that Sega actually made their own turbo controllers. Most of these turbo controllers are third-party companies, but yeah, this I had never seen before. Also did not know it existed.
Another trade-in. It's currently 3 o'clock.
We got a Game Boy Advance SP AGS 101. That's the backlit model. So there's 2 different models of Game Boy Advance SP. The 001 does not have a backlight. The 101 does. So you can see how bright that screen is compared to the 001. It's significantly brighter. Most people prefer this model over the 001. That's good to have back in stock again. And a couple cheap games, Kim Possible, a couple horse and dog games. This case is pretty funny.
Wow, that was madness for a couple hours. It's 4:10 now. We just had a crazy rush. It was like nonstop. So we sold some Pokemon packs. We sold a Japanese Final Fantasy game, Dragon Age Trilogy on PS3, Persona 5 Steelbook on PS4, Bloodstained Ritual, the Night Kickstarter edition on PS4, Fatal Frame 2, probably the biggest thing, actually second biggest thing on PS2, Mega Man Zero on Game Boy Advance, Pokemon ZA on Switch 2, Fallout Pip-Boy edition on 360, a statue from Infamous, Harry Potter on Xbox 360, and a PS5 pre-order. Wow, that was madness. And then we had one trade-in, which was this, Beyond Good and Evil on the GameCube. Great game, by the way. Coming up on the end of the day here, it's 6:30, half an hour before we close. I don't think we're going to get anyone else in, but tail end of the day, pretty busy. We had a bunch of people coming to pick up their pre-orders for Pokemon. We had somebody come and grab Battlefield 6, Ghost of Yotai, sold a copy of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on Switch, a couple Skylanders, Killzone on the PS2, and a Wii game. So really good finish to the day as well. It's been a great Thursday. One thing that's going to have to be a priority for this week, and I think I mentioned it in yesterday's video, is getting the full inventory checked of our storefront and of our overstock. And we have to get a total cost of basically what all our inventory is worth, and it's for our accountant for our year-end taxes. And the way that we do that effectively is we take a game average price, and what we do is say for example we're doing loose NES games, we would count how many loose NES games there were. We would add up the price of every single individual NES game and divide it by the amount of total games, and that would give us an average price per game. And the reason why that's good is because when we go into our overstock, none of our overstock is priced, but we can take that average cost and multiply it by the amount of overstock games we have, and it just makes it way faster. We do it for all the platforms, and then we do it for loose and complete in-box games, and that's, if we didn't do it that way, it would just take forever. It still takes a long ass time, but it's way faster than individually checking every single game in our overstock one by one. End of the day, it's 7 o'clock. We passed our daily goal with flying colors, which is amazing because we didn't pass it yesterday, so that's great. We finished all of our Switch stuff, just barely because it was pretty busy today. And an update on the Sculptor's Cut Complete in Box N64 game. It is not being sold, sadly. I think the guy who's trying to buy it is trying to send it off and grade it and get it flipped or something, but his max offer was 40% lower than the value of it, so we wouldn't be able to go that low, unfortunately. Ours is in really good shape. It's an extremely uncommon game, but that's all right. It's all right that he doesn't want to buy it. It's really cool to just have it in the store because it's a nice conversation piece, and it's nice for people to be able to see because it's so uncommon. So I don't mind if it ever doesn't sell, to be honest. It's just cool having it in here. But anyways, that's the end of the vlog for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.